Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel on my road to 2000. Currently, we are on day number 46. Where's it all gone? Seems like yesterday we only started this project, and now we are really getting stuck in. So, with that being said, we are going to have a 15-10 game, and let's see what we can do with this. So, we are going English because that is what we do these days. Okay, my opponent does that, and that is the most common reply I seem to be facing these days. This is also quite popular as well. And I take, and then they kind of, okay, so we go for the fianchetto because this is what we're doing at the moment. And one thing that's changed about my English is that I'm not doing e4, although e4 is a move, followed by d3, and these pawns are part of the structure. But for now, I've just been pushing this forward, and that's absolutely fine. But I'm going to fianchetto first. Now, I've got to remember as well, because I alternate between 10-minute rapid games, which I absolutely love, and 15-10, just to mix it up a little bit. Now, right, bishop c5. So with that, you could be looking at this and coming in here, or even maybe just sacking. So I'm just going to push this forward now so that you can't get in here because of this. I mean, the sacking thing didn't really it would unsettle me and it would make me not be able to castle and stuff, but okay, now horse can't come in. This horse can't talk. This horse can't come in either. Wow, what's going on? Okay, but the horse can go in this way or this way. So let's not worry about this one for the time being. This could also come in as well, threatening the queen, but we could just protect like so. If they push, we'd probably let them take because we've got 2 eyes on it, 3 eyes. So I am just going to stop this knight coming in here anyway. It can go this way, but then it gets met with queen here. So I want to get my knight out. Now, if I go here, I think that just invites us in. So I don't think that's a good move. That's also interesting. So, and if I do that, then this comes in maybe, but then I just push. So I'm going to go, now from here, where would I go? Maybe push forward, push again, but I'm going to go this way. My opponent is from Hungary. I've never been. Love to go there one day. Budapest. Looks pretty. And I think everybody talks about their national dish, which is, I think it's goulash. Is it goulash? Yeah. So definitely would like to go there sometime. Right, so now they're going around a different route. And that's absolutely fine. So I think I'm best just to castle now. There's no danger for anything coming in. That can come in if it wants to. I will just simply push. Now, one thing as well that I've been doing a lot more recently is just making sure that my pawns around my king, I don't just push. Because you end up doing that, then they go back, and then you do this, and then before you know it, sorry there, before you know it, your pawns are all over your pawns are really advanced. So I'm just going to keep these tucked around my king, and that works. So that is a nice diagonal. Can't do anything for the time being. Now we've got to figure out a way. So I think trying to push the pawns forward and get advantage in the center is fine. Now they take, I've got 3 eyes on it, so that's fine. I'd quite like 2 pawns here. I think that'd be pretty solid. I don't think they'll want to take. Now the question is, if I take, wow, okay, so they do. Now what I've got to decide is, oh, I think I already decided. I'm taking with a pawn. There's no point in. Yeah, I'm going to take with the pawn because that is what I've discussed, and I like that. Could even now get my bishop into the game. Or in fact, I think that is a better square. Because if I take that, I'm speaking hypothetically here, because obviously things can happen, things change, knight moves, and that's just completely out the window. But it is good to think like that sometimes. So hypothetically speaking, well, look, for starters, I'm going to go here. I'm not going to take that because then I invite one of these knights or the queen in. Not the queen, because it would just get taken. But so the knight's, sorry, the bishop's now got to come back here and then gets met with this. So that to me looks like it's trapped. It is trapped. Now, if you're going to go down, you may as well take a pawn for it. There's no point in allowing me just to take. Okay, cool. So you take, but let your queen in. So if I take, queen comes in. But I'm going to take the piece, obviously, because it is a piece. Now, that isn't hanging because it's covered. I like it when the knights work together, but I like it in a more advanced position. So the ideas of maybe going like this, and then I could take a pawn if the queen's still there. That's quite nice. Or ideas of doing this. Now that is very nice as well, because again, like I said, if I could take, and then they take, this is just an open file to the king. So I'm going to start by, if I do this, the queen is just moving, isn't she? If I do this, whoa, actually, hang on a minute. You can't move because you just lose that. Ideas of that maybe? Trying to eliminate the defender of this, but I just push forward. So now this is a tricky situation for my opponent because I am just going to take that. And I don't think there's any way you could maybe go there. No, I just take. I just take. In fact, I even just take with this. You take back. Yeah, I think I like that better. Right, okay, so I like that. Just an open thing to the king. That's just nightmares. So I'm only 2 up. So it's definitely not, it's not all done. So this is a point in the game where some people think, oh, I'm winning now. And I am winning, but I'm a blunder away from being completely equal or even worse off. So never kind of get too happy about things. So now I'm trying to think of a way that I can sort of get my knights in a better position. So maybe there, we're looking at f4 here, and then maybe over here, ideas of this, by which time I think this will have moved. So maybe queen here, and then we can try and get in here. You could attack me, so it might not be worthwhile doing that. But these need to get into a better position. So for the time being, I'm going to do that. I see nothing wrong with that at all. There's a check there, but it's not really a check because it gets taken. But always look for what you can sort of, always look at the moves anyway, regardless. Okay, interesting. Now, if I take, they just sort of undouble these pawns. And then they've got 3 nice pawns here, which is kind of a lot better than if they take me, then I am just opening up this like so, and then I've only got this in front of my king. So I don't really want to lose this pawn here. So saying now, I think I'm just going to go here. Now, if they take this, I can take back like so. Or because I'm 2 up anyway, I think maybe taking there and allowing their pawns to have a bit of a formation in front of the king, it wouldn't have been in the end of the world, because the more pieces that come off the board now can also potentially... Okay, yeah, we thought that might happen, so we can just attack like so. Go back, you lose it. So you're going all the way. Wow. What? Just, okay. So now obviously I'm not taking with that pawn, which is what I didn't want to do in the first place. I'm taking that like so. Now that is still under fire for the pawn. So I think, okay, so they're going like so. Now I could just attack again. And I know I've talked about not pushing the pawns in front of the king forward, but or maybe even attack. Queen defends. I take. So hang on, what am I talking about? Right, I go there and say queen comes there. I take, invites the queen in. Don't really want to invite the queen in just yet, so maybe I should just push. If that goes back here, and then you push me here, then I take, and then I kind of... I don't know about that. I think maybe just got to make sure that they can't attack anything, and I'm going to centralize this, just making sure I'm not... And with these all on dark squares, this is basically redundant. Okay, so now I've got the opportunity to do it again, but I don't think I'm going to do that, just because I could just try and simplify things, but I think another good move is potentially going here and then maybe doubling up. Maybe that. Rook e3. Come along here. Attacking this square here. Does it do anything? Or shall I just try and simplify and go like this? If I do this, you're taking with this. As discussed, you've got 3 nice pawns there. So, trying to weigh up the pros and the cons. I mean, I like my knight. As discussed, this bishop can't really attack much at all. So I think I'd be wise to just kind of hang on to this and not undouble their pawns. So with that being said, I think it's time to sort of try and double up and stuff. So you might just go there. Now, if you do, I'm going to go here. You're going to take back with your queen because you have to. Now, I'm going to come in. I'm going to threaten to come in. Now, if you take, obviously I can defend like so. And with the queens off the board, I'm pretty happy. So wow. Okay, now I just feel like they can attack me again, or they can bring in the... Right, now I can attack back. So they'll get that out of the way, which means I'll get my rook onto e1. It's important that I dominate that file. And now I might just, I'll get this over here, and at some point I will just trade it off. So we're expecting this, and I will just take it. And then the pawn advantage is just too much, basically. So I think I'm just going to get my king into the action now. Yeah, and I'm just going to get rid of that. Got to be a little bit careful here, just because I've got 3 pawns here and they've got 4 pawns. So I've got to be a little bit careful. But I think now I can push my pawns forward. I can get my king over here in time now and start attacking. So I think I'm just going to get my king into the action, and we get this. So I can now really attack this. Wow, I think, hang on. Now, if I take, you take, and then I can get my king closer to the action. They're trying to, they're trying to focus on these and getting one of these home. So I'm not going to get rid of this just yet. In fact, I am going to get my, I'm going to get my king over in the same place. Again, this is, it's redundant. It can't do anything while my pieces are on light squares. Sorry, dark squares. Okay, so if we do that, then I can just, or do I let them take me? If they take, I take. I'm just going to take. Now they've got 3 that's still working together. I'll take with this. Wow. A little bit surprised with that. I was more scared of the 3 pawns together. Okay. Now, why are you doing that? So I can go here now, because that was, h5 was covered by the bishop, and now I can take that. Is there anything I'm missing? Because if not, I'm just going to take that pawn. Yep, I can just take it. There's a check there. I could come and slot in here. That means this pawn's not moving. This one's not moving because of this pawn. If this goes anywhere else, I could have just taken that, but you've moved. Okay, now I can attack you again. But I might not do that, because if I do that, you're not going to go there because you lose your piece. I don't think you go there because you just end up in trouble. You're not going to go there because you get taken. You're not going to go there. You're not going to go there. So you've got one position actually. So a check, does it do anything for me? And so the reason I'm not going to pressurize that bishop is because I just move one of my pawns onto a light square. But I will start advancing these ones. That can stay on the light square because it's against the light square bishop. So I might even go here next. And then push on. And then this. Ooh, so yeah, okay. Now I'm thinking, okay, so what am I thinking? I'm thinking to go here. Why there? Because I could potentially go like this, threatening this. Yeah. Now I'm going to threaten this, and if they push forward, I'm going to move over here, and I'll still be attacking this. And they resign. And fair enough. Yeah, I think that was it was just losing. But some people play on, and like end games, you know what happens. It's you can easily make a mistake, and it just let them back in the game. I can't talk tonight. Sorry guys, I don't know what's happening. I feeling really awake and sharp, and I just can't speak for some reason. But anyway, look, at least I could play chess tonight, which was cool. But yeah, so strange. Honestly, the beginning of the year when I started the channel, I was going through like the worst form of my life. I just couldn't win for anything. And then I start the channel, and I was even worse. And I was still kind of losing rating. And it was hard to kind of get used to talking whilst playing. But I settled down. It's taken me a while now. I think I've been doing this channel now for 6 weeks. So if you've been around since the start, you've probably seen the progression on that front. And if you recently joined, it got off to a bit of a sticky start, but it was a little bit entertaining to say the least. Anyway, look, forget all of that. 95%. Oh, I still can't talk. What's wrong with me? 95% accuracy. I'm having that all day, okay? No blunders, no mistakes, no misses, and no inaccuracies. Hello? Right, I am taking that. I am taking that. And two great moves. My opponent played well, 88%. So let's go through this. English is working at the moment, and it's going good. Okay, that's fine. We like this. I'm not even trying to remember at the moment exactly if they push their knight out to f6, what am I doing here and there? I'm just kind of playing it off the cuff, which I think is good because I'm using my sort of chess, I don't know, just my chess brain. If I see something coming up and it's doubling up on something, it's just logical to try and act on it. But I do have a slight kind of way that I do play this. But I like how I sort of evolve my pieces at the beginning. Anyway, look. I like that. Taking with the center was great. And then we knew here, look, that was just a mistake from the opponent. They didn't see it. I think they just thought I was going to take, and then they'd have three things looking at it. But that's just, it's not a good thing to just take. And then we're threatening this. Got one square, and then, yeah, we take. And then from here, we open up the king. Yeah. The more pieces that come off the board, as you all know, maybe not everyone, but it just makes things a lot easier. And it wasn't a hard game. There wasn't too much kind of like strategy to kind of think about, but it was it just made sense the way we played it out. Okay. Yeah, and here again, if they push forward, we're going here, threatening this pawn with the knight, threatening this pawn here with the bishop, and it was just completely winning, completely winning. Computers got me playing like a 2,350. Well, you know, if you say so, thank you very much. I will take it. But yeah, I've won a few games recently. And yeah, picking up some form. I'm trying not to go on like a bragging thing about any win streaks or anything like that, just because I know what it's like. Form can quickly turn around, and you can just go all the way back down again. So I am just trying to play it game by game, respect every opponent, and just do my best really, and try and think about it. And yeah, these 15-10 minute games are really kind of growing on me. And yeah, anyway, listen, guys, if you liked it, give it a like. If you want to follow the journey, I would greatly appreciate it. And give me a little subscribe. If you want to leave a comment, good or bad, I'll take them all. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. See you later. Bye-bye.